Hey friends, Cory here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Super Troops in Clash of Clans. Also going to be condensing all the important information that was meant for several different sneak peeks all into one video, because honestly, there's a lot of stuff in there that doesn't apply or doesn't interest most people. So I'm going to get all that most important update information in this video right here. First, what we're going to get a look at is the new Super Witch. She is pretty crazy, man. She spawns one humongous skeleton. She does have more DPS and more health points than a regular witch, but instead of spawning a bunch of skeletons, she only spawns one big guy at a time. Now, his damage and hit points is not as much as a P.E.K.K.A, but far more than a giant. He has been compared to a super giant with his damage and HP levels, guys. And honestly, I'm going to be giving you guys an honest account of the new Super Witch and the new Inferno Dragon as well in this video. Let you guys know if I think they're going to be OP, overpowered, or if they're going to be something that we don't really ever use, you know, like the Super Barbarian or even the Super Giant. Remember, these guys are going to be part of the Super Troops formula, which means you can only have one of them active at a time. When you activate them, you're stuck with them for 7 days, and after they're done, they also have a 7-day cool-off. So the more important question might be, instead of are these going to be useful, the more important question might be, are they going to be useful enough to cause us to choose them instead of another Super Troop? So we're going to be taking a good close look at that. Let's ×4 this. I did not manage to triple with Super Witches quite yet, but you'll see this one right here. I got quite close. In this replay, going to be given a shot to the new lightning spell, which is huge, alongside the new Inferno Dragon as well. This lightning spell has been completely reworked, all right? DPS, but more importantly, housing space, all right? Lightning spell from now on is only going to count as one housing space. Guys, we saw lightning spell completely disappear from the meta, but with this rework, it's going to give you so much more ability to just kind of finer tune your spells instead of having to use 2 camp space for every lightning spell, which at higher town hall levels just wasn't feasible, wasn't worth it. Using only 1 camp space now, it looks like 2 lightnings will take out a sweeper, 3 lightnings will take out an air defense. I expect to see big things from the new lightning spell inside of competitive play. These Inferno Dragons are pretty crazy too, man. They start out at just doing 80 DPS, but just like a single target Inferno, they ramp up the amount of damage that they do over time. So if one had a chance to sit on one defense or building for quite some time, he would work up to be doing a massive amount of DPS. In fact, more than any other troop in the game if he had enough time to get ramped up for. But the question is, does he have enough time to get ramped up, man? Let's check out these two guys right here. They're ramping up on that gold storage. Sure enough, man, by the time he got hit with that first scatter shot, he had more than enough time to ramp up and get that gold storage taken out. So question is going to be, it's a super troop. Not only is it going to be useful, is it going to be useful enough to unseat our choice of other super troops? So we're going to be answering that in this video as well. And I did actually manage to triple with these new Inferno Dragons, so we're going to be going over that one a little bit later on in this video as well. So we got some new defense levels incoming. We got a cannon level 19, wizard tower level 13, both for town hall 13s. You're not going to notice too much difference from this because neither one of those could be one-shotted by the royal champion already. Also got new troop levels incoming, all right? We got archer level 9, who's available at town hall 12. Everything else is town hall 13. We got a new level for baby dragon, new level for golem. I don't think we're going to notice either one of those differences because baby dragons are still just used for funneling, where golems are kind of useless with the invention of ice golems. We're still going to use ice golems instead. Now the next one we're going to get a new level for is going to be the lava hound. That's going to have an effect because Lavaloon, especially Sui Lavaloon, is already very strong at town hall 13. So with that increased tanking ability, Lavaloon's going to get even stronger. Now new siege machine levels, all right? Wall Wrecker, Battle Blimp, Stone Slammer, all going to be getting a level 4. Now that is kind of an attempt to bring the game back into balance. We already had a level 4 Siege Barracks, but at the same time, I think we've noticed the Siege Barracks is the strongest of the Siege machines. So by giving a new level to the rest of the other 3 Siege machines, that's going to help bring it back into balance a little bit. Then with the new spell levels, we're we're gonna have level 8 lightning available at Town Hall 11, level 9 at Town Hall 12. And guys, we got that lightning reworked. It's only gonna cost 1 housing space, dealing reliable damage to a small radius, and it's gonna cause a short duration stun effect that causes its target to reset attacks. I don't know if we're gonna notice the stun effect, but lightning spell is gonna be back into the meta, especially being easy to take out sweepers and air defenses remotely. Also worth mentioning, we got a new level to the clone spell, but it's only gonna have 33 capacity. That's only 3 more capacity than what it currently has, so I don't see us really noticing that. We can't spawn an extra loon, we still can't clone 2 Yetis. I don't think we're gonna notice or use the new level clone spell any differently than we used the other level. Of course, guys, now we're up to the heroes. We're gonna get 5 more levels on our Barbarian King, and more importantly, our Archer Queen. BK was already pretty strong. I don't think we're gonna notice a difference there, but Archer Queen. Queen charges with the invention of the Super Wall Breaker have gotten even stronger, and now that she's got that level 75 available, which is gonna include a level 15 increase in her ability, Queen charges just got even stronger. Next massive change is going to be made has a huge positive and also at the same time kind of a negative, and that's going to be custom friendly challenge armies. Now this is amazing. This means for the friendly challenges and friendly wars, which, mind you, most all competitive wars are friendly wars. So now you have a specific army cooked which can be configured before your attack and does not cost any resources or time to train. Now, the positive of this is the fact that if you have like a favorite super troop like super wall breakers, you can keep those in your friendly army, and even when you don't have super wall breakers, if you're in a competitive war, you will still have those super wall breakers in your friendly army as long as you don't delete them. Now, the downside to this, I don't know if some of you other guys managed to do this, but in some of my wars, I managed to save enough super wall breakers and super goblins that I could use them both in attacks in league wars. Now that is no longer going to be possible. I tried so hard with this feature to configure it any way I could to bring more than 1 super troop at a time, and it would not let me. So from here on out, we are going to be limited to only 1 super troop per type per attack in any sort of friendly war. Supercell has also added in some serious quality of life improvements designed to help players that are coming back get more resources, have more resources if you're attacked, and then power boosts from Town Halls. After Town Hall 4 and then Town Hall 8, you get a temporary boost every time you upgrade your Town Hall level. That might be anything from troops and spells temporarily boosted to maximum level, to resource boost, to star boost, and even hero boosts when upgrading the Town Hall for limited time. One other important note is that hero healing time, which has gotten insane at 49 minutes to max, has been reduced down to 40 minutes. But honestly, let's be honest, guys, we'd like to see that hero for max heroes healing time reduced to 30 minutes max. It is such a long time to wait between Legends attacks. Loot carts are going to be getting even bigger with an increased capacity, accumulating loot for up to 90 days at a time. Going to be some builder-based balancing changes as well, but since I don't really care about builder base, I'm not going to go over those. They have made another change to the Grand Warden AI, trying to get him to improve to follow the group more effectively and be less prone to drift away while he's in air mode. Also should have a fix in this next update to remove the air mine problem, where you would see a seeking air mine triggered on one side of the map, travel all the way to the other side of the map, kill a troop. They should have gotten that fixed with this build. Now guys, we're up to a huge important point. They have nerfed the scatter shot. The first nerf is really only while looting. It can now run out of ammunition like expos and inferno towers on dead bases, but the thing that's going to matter to the most of us who are actually in war is the scatter shot attack speed. They have reduced it from 3 seconds to 3.036 seconds. It's a very small adjustment, and we're not going to be able to notice it by looking at it, but we might notice it in hit rates as we are able to get those scatter shots taken out a little bit quicker in relation to how many shots they're able to get off. Sounds like they've also messed with the wall wrecker pathing. We know we've seen it do some funky things over time, but since wall wreckers are hardly used anymore, I don't think we're going to notice that difference at all. A neat thing that they're adding is the quick donation of normal versions of troops, even when the super troop version is enabled. This doesn't come up very often, but once in a while, if somebody actually wants a goblin or a wall breaker and you actually have the super selected, you're not going to be able to donate those regular troops. Now you should be able to do that as a quick donation. Now, they've also introduced a quality of life improvement for us creators. The fact that it's going to be able to show in your shop whether you have a creator selected or not before you go to buy stuff is going to be a huge boost for us creators. Now, guys, it's time for the verdict on the Super Witch and then the Inferno Dragon as well. Now, these skeletons they spawn are pretty tanky, but only one apiece. Man, I don't know, guys. Remember, we got to figure out if not only is this troop going to be useful, but is it going to be more useful than super wall breakers or any one of the other super troops? And I'm gonna say, man, I don't think so, for a couple reasons. First of all, we're in the single target meta at Town Hall 13 right now, where most bases are running single target Infernos, at least 2 out of 3, if not 3 out of 3 single target Infernos, and just spawning one big skelly, not gonna fly with single target Infernos. The second big reason why I don't see these being used very much, or if really hardly at all, is because of the camp space. These things take 40 camp space right now. That is massive. That is by far the most camp space out of any troop in the game. So I mean, those big giants are tough, man, but at only 1 per witch at a time and 40 camp space, that's just way too big of a camp space investment. I think I was only able to bring 6 on this attack. I could have brought 7, but I wanted to bring a few giants to actually tank for the witches that I was laying down. So camp space and single target Inferno meta are going to keep the Super Witch from really being useful at all at Town Hall 13. Now, guys, it's time for the Inferno Dragon. I did tell you that I did manage to triple with this troop, and here's the attack. I'm actually combining those lightning spells with the Inferno Dragons. I've already got both of the sweepers taken out, along with, what, 2 of the air defenses? But, guys, I'll give you a hint on why I actually got this base tripled here towards the end. But, guys, let's talk about the Inferno Dragon. So, first of all, massive points for creativity to Supercell. Super creative use, combining a single target Inferno with a dragon. Now this thing, the camp space is not bad. It only takes 15 camp space, so more than a baby dragon, less than a regular dragon. Now it can build up to do massive damage to a single target. We saw it a little bit earlier, taking out a storage once it got ramped up. However, I think the idea of ramping up damage is much more effective on defense than it is on offense. Guys, look at how many different buildings we have in this base, man. That's so many different potential targets for these Inferno Dragons to reroute on. And when they first retarget a new structure, new defense, new hero, they're doing very, very little damage. Now, one thing I noticed about the mechanics of this is when a hero moves, if he moves out of their range, they have to retarget all over again. So it could have been super useful for taking down like enemy archer queens or things like that. But when they move, it causes them to retarget, and every time they retarget, it starts their damage back over at just 80, taking them time to ramp up. Look at that, man. There was so many of those baby dragons on that Inferno Dragons, but it takes so long to ramp up. It takes a while before they get it taken out. So with the number of targets in a base for defense, I don't think these Inferno Dragons are going to be useful. And remember, we got to say, are they going to be more useful than another super troop? And honestly, as long as the super troop function of only being able to use one at a time survives, I think super wall breakers are still going to be the overwhelming choice for almost everybody. Possibly super goblins, just because of their ability to funnel quickly and easily those resource storages and buildings, and their ability to take out town halls. So unfortunately, guys, it's a very cool new super troop, but I don't think the new super Inferno Dragon is gonna be seeing much use at all, at least until somebody comes up with some absolutely insane new strategies for it. You never know, man. You never know. There's so many creative players out there. We might see an OP strategy come out for it, but guys, I just don't think it's going to happen. So friends, in the middle of your screen, there is a button. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, click that button and subscribe right now. Guys, if you're already subscribed, then check out one of the other great videos on your screen. Click on one of those and we'll keep hanging out.